Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now.
RoadToRuta.com. Are you scared yet? We're in the scary part of silver. I don't like it when it breaks out. Believe it or not, it sounds weird. I feel much more comfortable when they slam the price, knowing that there's a floor and more silver is being consumed and gobbled up. When they let it run free, man, anything could happen. So luckily, if you're listening to this, if you listen to me more than a day or two, if you've listened to me for the last 20 years, get physical silver, get it in your own possession, sit on the sideline so you don't have to worry about this stuff. You don't have to worry at all. Well, there's other things you need to worry about, but physical silver in your own possession, no ETFs, no mining shares, in your own possession. This is the end game, my friends, of 170 years of price suppression by the criminal cabal. So I sat down with Sean at SGT Report, and we had a nice discussion about where we are. Go check that out. I've posted, he's on Rumble, but I posted on the Road to Ruta website right at the top there. You can click there and visit all his stuff. Sean was kicked off YouTube years and years ago with all my friends, and he still fights that fight. Huge following. Go check it out. Silver breakout. Banks are facing billions in losses. Go check that out. Also, if you are on the private road at Road to Ruta, make sure you listen to the last post, the power behind silver's breakout. I try to lay out why this is happening now, what is going on, blah, blah, blah. And then there's a great discussion with Jenny Moonstone about the secret agreements that are going on right now behind the scenes with silver. Nothing is freely traded, by the way, so just keep that in mind. You're on the sidelines with your silver, physical silver in your own possession. If you don't have it yet, go to your local coin shop today. If you don't have a local coin shop that you trust, contact Andy Schectman at Miles Franklin. Send him an email, info at milesfranklin.com, milesfranklin.com, and he will get you the best pricing around. And say you're from Road to Ruta. So, okay, where are we? We're in the dollar days, as Cliff High would explain it, as he saw in his data. Silver's up to $34.50. The next real fight is going to be $50. I'm not so sure it's going to be a fight either. So what happens after $50? It depends on what was decided in the meeting that Jenny Moonstone had seen, and the remote viewers. The remote viewers saw the meeting too. There's a meeting of the controllers of silver, those that control where the price goes at any given moment. They have picked a number above $50 where they want to slow or stop or control price, because they know they can't control it at anything below $50. Massive amounts of silver going to China and India, and even investors are starting to say, hey, what's going on? We can't have that. There can be no big investors in silver. You know, what's Warren Buffett doing behind the scenes? What's Elon Musk going to do without silver? Was he going to shut down Tesla? Shut down Tesla Tiles, the solar company? Is he going to shut down the rocket manufacturing facilities? Everything needs silver. No, he's known about this for a very long time. He's probably taken all the silver he can off the COMEX. The COMEX, 2 days in a row, the last 2 days, Friday and Monday, over 600 million ounces traded hands of electronic silver to set the price. That's fraud, but that's the system we live in. That's what Rustin Benham, the head of the CFTC, said back when silver almost broke out of 30, that it was the market structure that tamped down the price. Well, the market structure means manipulation on the derivative market using vast quantities of electronic trading going back and forth between the same entities to set the price. So you can see the stress right here. 2 days in a row, they had to do $600 million of silver derivatives when the delivery was only, deliveries, 29 contracts. That's nothing. It is so out of whack right now. But this is the end game. This COMEX exchange will shut down at some point. Now, they might try to go, okay, we can go to 65. I heard the number was $65 that they'll try. That's their next line in the sand, because it's double the 32.50. So the tech traders say, oh yeah, that's double. That means sell. So they'll try to draw that line in the sand. There's not much between now and 65. I think 50, the artificial high from 1980, the artificial high from 2011, will fall very soon, probably this week or next week. That means a lot of running in silver. If you have your physical silver, you're fine. If you don't, you're way, 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 way behind the game. So get your physical metal in your own possession. If you have SLV is one of the tools they're going to use in the future. They're going to shut down SLV and say, okay, there's 500 billion ounces to try to dump the market. But again, if you look at how big this market is turning, for example, you look at these two trades in the last 2 days, that's 600 million ounces in one day on Friday and on Saturday. And on Monday. So will 500 million ounces from SLV when it shuts its doors really affect the market? I think there's many billionaires out there in many countries that would love 500 million ounces of silver. So, but as we saw Jeff Curry of Goldman Sachs say, the shorts on the COMEX are the authorized participants at SLV, which is complete fraud. But that's what the United States of America and other countries are practicing, fraud. We control all markets with computers and derivatives. I've been screaming this for over 20 years now. All markets are controlled. Silver is just the most important one because right now, I figure it's about, of the top 8 banks who hold the huge short positions, about 250 million ounces is my guess. That's the gross, so you got to net it out a little bit. But yeah, they're losing hundreds of millions of dollars every dollar that silver goes up. So if it goes up $10, there you go. You got 200 billion, or $2 billion. If it goes up $100, that's 20 billion. So you see what the problem they get in. And no, I don't think it'll happen on the COMEX because I think they'll shut down. When will they shut down? Probably $100. Will we hit $100 by the end of the year? Probably. It's way overdue. All it takes is one free trade of silver for it to $100. And there's no free trading on the silver derivative exchange called the COMEX. So we will see what's going on. As far as deliveries, there's really only one entity delivering substantial amounts, and that's HSBC on the COMEX. Most of the deliveries are transferred over to the LBMA, the London Bullion Market Association. They'll do over 1 billion ounces in deliveries this year. Again, every year. So a lot of this is behind the scenes discussions, agreements, negotiations. Nothing is freely traded anymore. So this is all, we're part of the game. We'll just go with the flow. Don't get excited when it jumps or goes down or anything. Get your physical silver and be prepared for the end of the game. I think the end of the game we'll see 1-to-1 gold-silver ratio. Why? Because there's 6 billion of each above ground potentially that could come into the market. But that 6 billion of silver is like fillings and, melting down all the silver you can find. Interesting note here. Check out this tornado rips through solar farm in Florida. Look at that tornado. That's a lot of silver that just got ripped up. And oh, by the way, the plan is to rebuild it with the insurance money. There you go. That silver that got destroyed right here is in the air now. It got spattered about from the tornado, and now they're going to redo it. Yeah. There are absolutely problems with solar panels and as a way to make energy, but at the same time, hey, it's a one-time investment, and then it sits there and produces energy for you for 30, 40 years, unless something like this happens. But obviously, silver's way too valuable to put into solar panels, in my opinion. You can make solar panels without silver. There'll just be the efficiency will go way, way down, under 20%. Right now, it's and when you're looking at an asset that you're investing in, like a 5% per year change in efficiency is massive, because you got to multiply it out over the years and present value it back. But that's massive. Even a 1% gain over 30 or 40 years, it's massive when you're looking at the payback on investing in solar panels. So much going on in the future. It's crazy. It is crazy. But luckily, you have plenty of physical silver in your own possession, and you're on the sidelines, right? Yes, Bix. Right? Yes, Bix. But I have gold, Bix. Gold is fine. You'll double or triple your money. Silver will go 1-to-1 with gold. I'm saying silver's going to do 80 times what gold is. 80 times. If you love gold, swap all your gold for silver today, and then when this shit falls apart and we establish new markets with fair trading, you can buy back 80 times the amount of gold you have right now. That's the way. This is not investment advice at all. But from my analysis, this is what I'm looking at. And it's obvious to me. 80-to-1 is an artificial construct of the derivative market. It was never 80-to-1 before the derivative market kicked in, was it? Might have been during the 40s, I think. And here's the other problem: is nobody looks at, oh yeah, it's silver's 66% of its all-time high from 1980, but the dollar wasn't the same back then. In nominal terms, holy shit, right? Silver's maybe 10% or 5% of its all-time high, whereas gold is skying above its all-time high. It should be a no-brainer of a century to swap your gold for silver as soon as you can. If you don't have a local guy who'll do it for you, Andy Schectman does that as well. info@milesfranklin.com. All right. Interesting here from COMEX Silver from Michael Say 98. Good Twitter channel. Keeps track of this stuff. 1 million ounces just added to registered and eligible. So, registered and eligible, this is the COMEX. Theoretically, what could come to market? I think they're full of shit. I think they lie. I know they lie. So the 300 million, most of that's probably already counted as inventory of SLV. So when SLV closes its doors, which they will, you're looking at probably 250 million of that is of the 300 million is SLV pledged. Many times over. That's the game. That's the JP Morgan game. JP Morgan is the entity that gets to count, gets to warehouse all the silver, which is crazy. The largest silver manipulator, as busted by the Department of Justice, is the entity that's in charge of holding the silver for the largest silver ETF. That's just insane. And you probably deserve to lose your money if you have SLV. You deserve to lose it. If you have it, sell it, get that money out, go buy physical silver. It's a no-brainer. No-brainer. SLV shares derivatives of silver is not real silver. And when that game ends, people can be crying, but I bought silver. No, you bought a derivative of silver. If you don't have it in your own hands, debt-free, it's not yours. You don't have anything. Literally nothing. So yeah, I do think SLV will shut down, and they'll say, oh, now there's 500 billion ounces are coming onto the market. And they'll try to hit the price of silver with derivatives. Who knows what'll. That's why I'm like, get them in your, and don't think you're going to sell your silver anytime soon. Just hang on to it. Silver is going to allow you to transition through the chaos, but not silver derivatives. No silver mining shares will be upheld in the United States or anywhere in the world. Because when the banks fail, the obvious choice for money for most countries will be gold and silver. And with everybody destitute, there's no way any government would allow a couple American stock investors to control the money of their country, especially Mexico. They've played the fool for way too long. So get out of stocks, get out of SLV, any ETFs, yes, PSLV as well, although they might have been good-hearted back when Eric Sprott owned it. He doesn't own it anymore. It doesn't matter. The government, it's an easy place to confiscate silver. And that's what the governments are going to be looking at. Because they have to restart the system. When the banks fail, they have to restart the system. Anyway, I hope this all makes sense. Go to roadtoruta.com. Again, we are partners with Miles Franklin. If you want to get in touch with Andy, send him an email. info@milesfranklin.com. There is no time to waste, by the way, in case you're looking for if you think of the time it takes to order it, for the wire transfer to clear, and then shipping, we're running right up near the, probably you can still get it before the election, but there's going to be chaos. I think this Friday we're looking at potential huge bank closures because they did their test run last Friday. This Friday or next Friday, it's going to be massive. And that could be the end of the game. So you have what you have in your hands. That's it. Sorry. You didn't prepare anything else. Voila, gone. And we ride the chaos from there. So that's what I got for you. You want to join the private road, get all this information, mostly in video form. Go to roadtoruda.com, click subscribe today. We're currently giving away 10 Theta, 100 Theta Fuel, 1,000 T-Drop, the number one cryptocurrency on the planet, bar none. Way better than Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't do anything. It's a store value. It can compete with the US dollar. Go ahead. Gold does that too, by the way. But to save the internet, especially when the manufacturing stops, when China invades Taiwan, you're not going to see a lot of computer expansion going on. That's what Theta does. It's a software download to expand hard drive capacity for the iCloud or any cloud storage, for expanding broadband and expanding CPU processing power for AI. It's a software download. Anyway, that's what I got for you. More information at roadtoruda.com. I'll talk to you guys later.